Hello everyone, this is your astrologer and tarot reader Sharvanthi. After quite some time, I've come back to speak to you about a very important topic. The new year is here and you all want to know how 2022 is going to be. So now many people have a lot of doubts saying, will this Omicron continue? Will there be a big pandemic? Again and again we are facing so many issues. Is there going to be some kind of a solution, or is it always going to be like this? Why are we facing so many issues? So for all these, keep watching. I'm going to tell you what are the key events that will happen, and also how is 2022 for all the major rashis. Welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to subscribe, share and also like the video, because it's quite an interesting video. It will be helpful for not only you but all the people whom you know. So the first is the Mesha Rasi. So according to the Nadi principles, we have to take the transit into a major consideration, and a lot of other things including the Tajika chart, the yearly charts and all the movement of various planets on various nakshatras. So based on all these things, now we're going to predict how the 2022 is going to be for various rashis. So first for Mesha. So how is the year going to be for Mesha Lagna? Because we consider Lagna to be very important than the Rashi. So now if you're Mesha Lagna or if you're Mesha Rasi, then it is going to be a year which is a lot to do with your career, your financial front. There will be a lot of churning, a lot of changes in your career, in your finances, and for the betterment you will also have some kind of a job change or some kind of an internal change in your work. And the activities you do is also going to change, like the routine and the activities which you do will drastically change. You can face some kind of a mental tension after the mid of the year, that is May or June. You can face a lot of tension and stress. If you are married, then some kind of a small marital life issues can be there. And most importantly, if you are a small kid or a student who is in his or her educational line, then you can be prone to distractions during the time of June to December. So you need to be really careful. But for Mesha Lagna, it is going to be a really positive year ahead. 2022 will be positive compared to the last year. Now for Rishabha Rasi and Rishabha Lagna people, how is the year 2022 going to be? It is going to be actually a very daring year. Like how I told you, it's going to be a decisive year. You will take a lot of decisions regarding your life. Like life decisions you can take. So it is going to be a very important year. You can get married, you can take decisions regarding your career, you can take decisions regarding your education. Especially the path of your life will be decided in this particular year. So you need to be focused, you need to think a lot, you need to do everything and each and everything with care and concern. Now if this person who's a Rishabha Lagna is a student or who is studying, there can be some kind of an educational block. So you need to do certain remedies and you need to do certain precautionary measures to come out of it. And the second thing is financially, there can be a lot of ups and downs. So you need to be very careful, because the way you plan the finances and the way it happens will be a totally different thing. And there can be a lot of expenditures, so please keep that in the mind before you operate. The next is the Mithuna Lagna and the Mithuna Rashi. So how is it going to be for the Mithuna Lagna and the Mithuna Rashi? Actually saying after a long period, say after 3 years or 2.5 years, Mithuna Rashi and the Mithuna Lagna people finally will have a relief, as lot of planets will be transiting in a positive place for them. They will start having a lot of relief from financial struggles, from work struggles, from marital life struggles. So slowly everything will get better. So 2022 will be a very big savior for the Mithuna Lagnas, and most importantly, financially there will be lots of ups and downs, but work wise and career wise there will be a lot of improvement which will be there. There can be changes in the way you think, there can be changes in your approach, and a lot of spiritual guides and gurus you will meet a lot, and there will be a lot of new awakening of learnings, and there will be a lot of meditations and a lot of new practices that you'll incorporate in your life. But it is going to be a very, very positive year for the Mithuna Lagnas, and all the best, because after a long time you are actually going to enjoy life. So next is the Kadaga Lagna. The Kadaga Lagna people, how is this year 2022 going to be? For the Kadaga Lagna, it is actually the year of the transition of getting married and going into a new life, or the transition of your personal life into the public life, whatever I call it. It is because this year will be a very, very strong year for you in many personal life issues. Now, if you are going to get married, or if you are in the verge of getting married, or if you are in a family life, then please be very, very careful. There can be lots of struggles this 1 year. And most importantly, your career will do well, but your health wise you need to be very, very precautious. There can be some kind of an issues or the other which can cause a lot of stress, tension and everything. Work wise, you'll have small tensions, like a boss will tense you, your working colleagues will tense you, and lot of small issues will be there. And in your house also, you will not be able to stay a lot of in your house. There will be lots of travel, there will be lots of movement. So if there is a movement, or if there is a house change or a place change, gladly take it up, because it is going to be very, very positive for you. Next is the Simha Lagna. The Simha Lagna people are going to have 2022 as a year of blast, because they will have a lot of chances to get married. Now, if you are in the marital age, that is, if you are in the age of getting married, and if you are Simha Lagna or Simha Rashi, then yes, this is actually the year of you getting married. So you can try and get married, and if you are also waiting to get married, you will attract the right person this year. There can be last minute twists and turns and unplanned events which will happen in your life, but that would be for the good. Especially you can face some issues with your father and your siblings. You have to be very, very careful. And your father, if he is there, he can face mild health issues, and you can face issues regarding your cell phone, your laptop. Suddenly it can get broken, or suddenly there can be changes, so you need to be very, very careful with that. I would say Simha Lagnam and Simha Rashi, it's going to be a very eventful year for you, so all the best. The Kanya Rashi, and the Kanya Rashi is actually going to have a mixed year, which is what I would call. Initially, that initial parts of the year will be very, very positive, and they'll be very focused upon their work, their children's work, their life, and after that the mid-year will be more towards their married life, mending their married life, working towards their married life, focusing on having a baby, starting a new family kinds of events will be there, and they can take some kind of a loan to buy a house, buy a property, some kind of a good loan or good debts can be there. So for Kanya Lagna, we can say it is going to be a mixed year. They have to be very careful with their food habits because they can lead to a lot of health issues. Please be really careful about your health. Don't go out unnecessarily, and also do not change your food habits. Keep your food habits really healthy because that will contribute to your good health. This might be general advice, but horoscopically for Kanya Lagna, they have to maintain strict food regimes. Now moving on to Tula Lagna. Tula Lagna is going to be the most superb Lagna who's going to be like enjoying the year of 2022. There is actually all the transit and the tajikas are very favorable for you. So the 2022 will be very strong in terms of finances, in terms of career, in terms of personal life. I don't think you are going to face any major issues. So keep going ahead and enjoy your life. There can be some kind of a place change which will be there, and there can be some kind of changes in your financial cycles after the mid-year, but that will be for the good. And married life issues, you can have small fights, and whatever you plan the last minute, there can be lots of twists and turns. So don't plan anything. Take everything which comes to you and go unplanned. That's how you're going to enjoy this year. And for Tula Lagna, almost all the aspects are quite positive. So you can have a very positive year ahead with small tensions here and there, but that's part and parcel of life. You can do remedies to better your work and life, because at some point of time this year is going to be a very contributing year also to your work and career. Now the Vrichika Lagna. Vrichika Lagna is also going to enjoy this 2022 because a lot of planets are in the very positive house for them. There can be lots of travels, there can be lots of changes, and if the Vrichika Lagna, whomever is seeing, is a student or who's studying, then they'll really excel very well in the educational line. And you can start a family. This time is a very good time for starting out a family and also buying a house. So if you're planning to buy a house or start a family, yes, this is the right time for you to do so. And 2022 will be very positive in terms of finishing your old loans, finishing your old cycles, finishing all the old work, pending works, which is what I call. So finish off all the pending works and start your life fresh, because 2022 is going to be very positive for the Vrichika Lagna people. Next is the Dhanur Lagna, and Dhanur Lagna is actually going to have a pretty good time, except 2-3 issues related to your finance and the kids. So what are the areas which is going to be really positive? You are going to have a strong time personal life, and in your work life it's going to be like a work life personal life balance is definitely going to be there. There can be issues related to your kids, like your kids will not listen to you, they'll not obey with you, they'll not they'll not perform well, but you need to do certain remedies to mend that part. And financially there can be lots of ups and downs. There can be huge amount of rotation and huge amount of changes which will happen in your financial cycles. So even after April or May, there is going to be a lot more changes in your financial cycle. So you need to be very careful about that. For that you can do remedies and solve it up, but overall for Dhanur Lagna and Dhanur Rashi, it's going to be a very positive time. Next is the Makara Lagna. For Makara Lagna, it is actually going to be good, but I would say it is also going to be a good and an average year. What are the struggles you will face? Actually saying you're not going to face much struggles, that it is going to be some struggle related to your parents. If your parents are there with you, they can face some kind of an issue. There can be some kind of a relationship struggles for them. So I would suggest you check it out and do the particular remedy to solve that up. Other than that, you'll have a lot of personal changes in your life. You'll have lots of changes in your personal look, your routine, the way you communicate, the way you have food. Maybe you can take a goal of losing a weight. A lot of personal life changes will be there, and it will actually turn your life up and down. You will also have a lot of travel, and you will have a lot of travel for the coming 1 year, especially after the mid of the year. You will travel a lot, and generally for Makara Lagna, it is going to be a very positive year ahead. So other than having issues with your parents, I don't see any kind of a major struggle. The next is Kumbha Lagna, and for Kumbha Lagna, I would say the past 2 years I have seen actually 2-3 Kumbha Lagnas facing a lot of issues in their work, facing a loss in the business. So the constant question that they ask is, at least this year will I come out of it? Yes, definitely the Saturn will be moving and the Jupiter will be moving. All this will be favorable for you. You will be able to come out of it. The one thing which you might face a lot of struggle is having issues in your technology, having issues with your siblings, but that can be easily solved. It is not a major part of your life, and you will not get the proper guidance at the right times. You might have lots of doubts with your guru, you might have lots of doubts with your mentors, whether they are guiding you properly, whether they are taking it to the proper level. So you need to release all that fear and doubt and do the remedies so that you will not settle down all the negatives which you've been facing in the past 1 year. Now finally, Meena Lagna. How is the 2022 going to be for Meena Lagna? Very positive year ahead. The first thing that they will have is a lot of self-realization and self-growth, and a lot of career-oriented growth will be there. And it is also going to be a year of very tough times in their career. Maybe they can change their job, maybe they can think of changing the work. So all that part will be there, and you will also be facing a lot of tension and stress. At times you will think, let us leave all these things and go. So please be very patient and do not talk much, because this year you will have lots of issues if you start communicating. Other than that, you stay silent and listen to what other people say and talk which is essential only. And health wise, you need to be very careful. There can be some kind of small issues which you will be facing, but overall for Meena Lagna, it is going to be a redefining year, and kindly be very careful. Now I've spoken about how this 2022 is going to be there for the 12 Rashis. Now you would be thinking, okay, 12 Rashis is done, so what is the situation of the pandemic, what is the other economic situations, and how is 2022 year going to be for all the other aspects? How is it going to be politically, economically? Everything will be coming on in the coming videos. Keep watching, don't forget to subscribe my channel and also share this video because it can help a lot of people. Thank you for watching this channel, Tarot Reader Sharvanthi, and I'll be back again with a lot of topics. Thank you.